Good evening, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Pam and Ruben here with BnFree, and tonight's 44th edition of Free Time. So tonight we're going to do an easy dish, but you're absolutely going to love it, and our shake as well. And so we're going to get right to it. So here we go. Okay, so can you zoom in on that bowl there, honey? So what's in here is zucchini, asparagus, a little bit of onion, a yellow and a red pepper, and that's it. And what we're going to add is some Cajun andouille sausage and some shrimp. And yes, it calls for a whole pound of each of those, but it's only me and Ruben, so unless we want to be eating this dish forever, we're not gonna add that much. So next, we're gonna add some Louisiana spice or Cajun seasoning, whichever you prefer. 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna do the dry first. So put one tablespoon in, and I'll toss it around a bit, and then I'll put another one. Probably just as easy to do this with my hands, but we'll toss it here in the bowl. Oops. Oh, it calls for 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm just going to put a little olive oil so that the spices stick. I'll do that there, and then I'll toss it some, and then I'll put a little bit more of the Cajun seasoning. So this is it, guys. This is it. You just put the olive oil, the Cajun seasoning with your veggies and your Louisiana hot sauce or spice, whichever you prefer. I use this Louisiana spice, and the canister happens to be, the opener was on the bottom, so I'm gonna go ahead and put another tablespoon of spice, because you know me and Rube, we like it hot.
Yummies.
So the more the better as far as we're concerned. Toss that just a little bit more and put it in my pan over there that I got warming up on the stove. And that is it. So I got that all tossed there. I'm just going to go over here and put it in the stove. Right there in the pan. And wipe out all the good stuff. Toss it a little bit here in the pan just to make sure I got it tossed good. And that's going to cook for 7 to 8 minutes until the shrimp is nice and cooked. And we're going to serve it up. So that's going to cook while we do the show. That easy. Doesn't get much easier than that now, does it? So, as always, we'll post the recipe below the show. Wearing my Cougar paraphernalia tonight because we went to watch Riken play junior varsity basketball for Sholo tonight.
Yes, we did.
So, as the year wraps up and you're heading into 2019, you need to make that annual appointment with your doctor, and there are a few things that you need to cover. And I'm going to talk about some of those tonight. If you want to be a healthier you, the most important thing for your health is your sleep. And we've talked about that a lot, so I'm not going to rag on and on and on, but do know that you need between 7 and 8 hours of good sleep for lots of reasons. Without good sleep, it could affect your brains, your muscles, your joints. I mean, the list just goes on and on. There are a lot of illnesses related to not getting good sleep.
There is.
So that needs to be your first commitment, is that you get 7 to 8 hours of good sleep each night, uninterrupted sleep. And if you need help with that, my suggestion is liquid melatonin. And the reason why liquid is because it's the only kind that's absorbable through the gums. The kind in the tablets do not work. You can squirt liquid melatonin in your mouth a few minutes before you go to bed. Let it sit in your mouth for about a minute, and then swallow it, and you're going to get the benefits. It's going to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, and that's what's important. The next thing I want to talk about is alkaline. So there's several tests that you need to have done when you go to the doctor for that annual physical, and one of those is to test your alkaline. Now, you could test your alkaline yourself by going and getting one of those acid test strips right at your local pharmacy. Or since you're going to get a physical to get all these other things done, you can just ask the doctor to do it as well. The reason why alkaline is important is because when your body is acidic, you can't lose fat. And your body doesn't function properly. It can be inflamed. There's just a lot of things that can go on when you're acidic. And just as a reminder, when we talk about being acidic, in the United States, so I'm trying to find my statistic. I can't find it right now. There's a large percentage of people who are acidic, and the reason why is because of soda. If you drink one soda, it takes 12 8-ounce glasses of water to balance just the acid from that one soda. And it doesn't matter what kind that soda is. So just know that you need to have you need to be alkaline, not acidic. The next thing I want to talk about, we've talked about a lot, is vitamin D. And as I said to you guys last week or the week before, I recently had my vitamin D tested, and it was in fact deficient. So I started taking a liquid version of vitamin D as well. But this is one of the things you need to have checked by your doctor. Do not start taking vitamin D until you've had it checked by the doctor so that you can figure out what dose is good for you. And then once you hit between 40 and 50 mgs or DLs, depending on how your doctor measures it, then that's where you need to, that's the dose you need to maintain. So you may have to start out with a couple thousand milligrams of vitamin D, and then get your blood tested again, and then if it's not up there, add a little bit more, and then get it tested again. But do not take extra vitamin D without the supervision of your general practitioner. So those are two tests, your alkaline and your vitamin D. The next one that you're going to get test on, and doctor should test on it anyway, is high blood pressure. And I always say to get your blood pressure and your cholesterol checked annually, because both of those are things that do not have symptoms. If you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, we had a good friend when we were in the Army that dropped dead on a physical training test and was in perfect health. In fact, was running like I said, physical training test. He was running like a 5-minute mile, phenomenal shape, and had no symptoms, and fell over dead of a heart attack because he had high cholesterol.
I remember that.
And didn't know it. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
And so make sure that you get your blood pressure and your cholesterol checked when you're having all these other things done. And then the last one is your A1C, your blood sugar level. So those are annual tests that you should have done every year. So now is the time to make that appointment so that at the beginning of the year or here at the end of December, you can have all those tests done and make sure that your health is on a good track. And the last thing I want to say to you is to remember to add hot peppers to your diet in the coming year. It increases your thermogenesis, and in fact, I added jalapeno to this dish tonight. It increases your thermogenesis, which is your body heat, and helps you to burn fat. And it just overall helps your overall health. And again, if your stomach isn't used to having hot peppers or spices, start adding them slowly, just a little bit at a time, and then increase it over time so that your digestive system can get used to having those peppers in there. Right, hon?
Yeah.
All right. Next, Ruben is going to do an exercise for us, but while we're getting ready for that, I'm going to go ahead and stir the dish, and then we'll be right there. Looking good. Okay, let me flip you around there, Dad. All right, Ruben, what exercise are we doing tonight?
I'm going to do cat-cow.
Cat-cow. Now, this is a pose that I just posted a picture on our site of just recently, but cat-cow is really good for lots of things. So first I'm going to give you, of course, the actual pronunciation of the exercise cat-cow, which is Marjar-e-asana. Marjar-e-asana. And so, okay, Ruben, so he's going to go ahead and start in a tabletop position. From a tabletop, align your ankles directly under your knees, or your hips, your knees directly under your hips, and your wrists directly under your shoulders. As you inhale, press down through your fingers and palms, engage your core, pull your belly button to your spine, And you're going to make this, it looks like a cat looking out a window. Your head is facing towards your hips. Your tailbone is down towards your heels. Round your back up and bring head toward the mat. Hold a breath for a few moments, and then as you inhale, look up toward the ceiling, creating that C curve in your spine. So push your spine down some, honey. Cow for cow pose. So there we go. That's cow. And then you can move on his exhale back to cat. That one's cat, and the other one is cow. So, things that this is good for. Cat and cow stretches for your spine and shoulders, abs, and back. It improves circulation, digestion by massaging your internal organs. Very good. And this is cat-cow, and we do this exercise a lot at the beginning or at the end of a practice, and sometimes in between to get a little stretch in if you've done a lot of back bending or forward folds. Good job, honey. I'm just going to hand it to you and spin it around me, and I'll talk about tonight's shake. So, because we were headed to the basketball game, I don't have the stuff for tonight's shake, but I do have a shake recipe that I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to share it just like this. So tonight's recipe is Black Forest Shake. Can you see it in there, Dad? Black Forest Shake, which is isoline, chocolate isoline, cherries, bananas, and 8 ounces of water and ice, of course. Top with a little bit of whipped cream there. And just as a reminder, you guys, whipped cream only has 1 gram of sugar, so it's really not that bad for you. And it's nice to put a little dollop on top there on your shake. And I'll make sure that I post this right after our show tonight. All right, honey, let me come around there. Let me stir the dish. We can show everybody how it's looking. You want to come over and chat?
Sure.
So the shrimp are pinkening up there. So by the time the show ends, this will be good and ready. And look at all those good veggies. And we're just going to serve that right up as soon as the show is over. Yum, yum, yum.
Uh-uh.
All right. There we are. So, as always, we thank all of you that popped on tonight for our free time show.
Thank you, everyone.
We hope that you had an amazing Thanksgiving. We know that we had a Friendsgiving with our good friends down at McDowell Mountain, and we had a blessed day.
Yes, we had a good time. I enjoyed that.
And if you haven't tried that pumpkin roll that I put on the page last week, you have to try it. It is amazing, and it blows me away that it's good for you. It's protein-based pumpkin roll. We will be making it again, right, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out phenomenal. So, remember to live healthy.
Laugh out loud.
And love
everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next week.
Ruben and I are BnFree, and we appreciate you joining us every Wednesday night, and we'll see you next week at 5:30.
Thank you.
Bye now.